non-consensual sex. Critics question if sometimes the definition universities use is too broad. Right now, the administration estimates that nearly 20% of women have been sexually assaulted in college. It's a stat that's hardly changed in 20 years.
Most colleges vastly underreport sexual assault.
There have been sexual assault cases involving athletes at St. John's, Syracuse,
Rape on
USC.
campus when a friend or acquaintance turns out to be the rapist.
Even an article from 1990 about an Ivy League school, where victims wrote the names of their attackers on bathroom walls. University this week, an issue coming out of the shadows into the national spotlight.
The nationwide outcry about sexual assault on college campuses.
I was raped by one of my close friends who is also a student at Columbia.
Emma Solkowitz is one of 23 students at Columbia University, many of whom say they've been victims of sexual assault on campus, filing a federal complaint that says the university has not taken the violence seriously.
I decided to report my case to the school because I decided that something needed to be done so that he would stop attacking women on campus.
What type of justice were you seeking from the administration?
I just wanted him to get off campus. I feel like I've carried the weight of what happened there with me everywhere. Since then, doing a piece called Mattress Performance, or Carry That Weight, where I will be carrying this dorm room mattress with me everywhere I go for as long as I attend the same school as my rapist. And the piece could potentially take a day, or it could go on until I graduate. A mattress is the perfect size for me to just be able to carry it enough that I can continue with my day, but also heavy enough that I have to continually struggle with it.
Alcohol was involved. I wasn't nearly as drunk as he was, from what I remember and what I can recall. But yeah, it was definitely one of those situations that I trusted him. And I didn't think it would lead to what it actually led to. But he was very drunk and much more forceful than I had ever experienced around anyone in my life. So when it came down to it, I thought it was kind of just like a friendly encounter, and then he got very forceful and it went bad very quickly.
Here are some examples of provocative clothing that could cause rape.
Notice the one thing they all had in common? That's right, all women. No women, no rape.
I was raped last year, my freshman year of college, when I was 19 years old.
You know, guys have a hard time resisting something like that.
It's easy to point fingers at me, but I said no over and over, and he knew how I felt about it. He knew I didn't want to, and he did it anyway.
If someone was drinking, if someone was wearing a short skirt, if someone went back to someone's apartment.
Jerry Brown signed the so-called yes means yes sexual assault rule in the state of California. It's known as SB 967, or the Affirmative Consent Law. Basically what it does, and this is according to the Associated Press, the legislation will begin a paradigm shift in how college campuses in California prevent and investigate sexual assault. Rather than using the refrain no means no, the definition of consent under the bill requires an affirmative, conscious, and voluntary agreement to engage in sexual activity. But a lot lot of times when you're having sex with someone or you're about to, there isn't like a verbal exchange like that. So they do want to cover nonverbal communication as well. The legislation says silence or lack of resistance does not constitute consent. Under the bill, someone who is drunk, drugged, unconscious, or asleep cannot grant consent. Lawmakers say consent can be nonverbal, and universities with similar policies have outlined examples such as a nod of the head or moving in closer to the person.